The Christmas pageant, a scene played out in schools across Germany this time of year. Here, at the Ebbenzell School in Hamburg, it's a little different. Its pupils are drawn from a community that's much more diverse than most in the country. And many newcomers have arrived this year. Refugees from Syria, Somalia and Eritrea. Most have no knowledge of German culture or language.
Music is the universal language, and here at our school we focus quite a lot on music. Music links people, cultures, religions. In a few days we'll start first preparatory classes for refugee children, and at the same time we'll start a great music project with them. Our main message: you are welcome.
Leaving the festive welcome, our team heads south to Dresden. Here, among the right-wing protesters, the mood could not be more contrasting. Each Monday they gather to demonstrate against what they call the Islamization of Europe. They believe Germany takes in too many refugees. What started as a small-scale rally weeks ago has grown into an event attracting several thousands. Heike Haber works for the Jesuit Refugee Service, giving legal advice to refugees. He calls the right-wing protests a poisoned potion made of fear. He dismisses the protesters' anxieties.
Germany is not running the risk of collapse. We're an economically strong nation. We can take in refugees, no problem. Countries neighbouring Syria took in 3 million people during the past 3 years. Germany took in just 200,000 asylum seekers. And people demonstrate against them. They should be ashamed.
We take the train back to Hamburg. Since the autumn, almost 1,000 refugees have been arriving in Hamburg every month. They've been given emergency accommodation in tents and prefab units. This site hosts over 1,300 people. Hermann Hart works for the Hamburg Refugee Council, an NGO support group and social network. He says the city should build more social housing, but that other short-term solutions do exist.
Man kann nicht Menschen wie Waren in Containern unterbringen.
You can't put people into containers like goods or merchandise, and they shouldn't be put in tents either. There are 2,300 empty flats in Hamburg, and there are thousands and thousands of square meters of empty office space that could be converted into homes. It's undoubtedly possible to house the refugees. Since 2011, there's been a law in Hamburg enabling the city to appropriate living space.
Emergency shelters have been opened in the working-class neighbourhood of Kirchdorf Süd, where it seems a spirit of solidarity prevails. Local people created a Facebook account calling for donations and volunteers. In just a few hours, several hundred had joined.
For sure, we need warm coats, lots of good solid footwear, shoes. Some of the people arrive here with sandals and just the clothes they're wearing. Thin trousers, no gloves, no caps.
The group acquired an abandoned sauna and transformed it into a centre for their aid work. Amar from Syria is among those to benefit. He left behind a home and good job in an electrical goods shop. His past and short-term future devastated by war.
Over there in Aleppo, there are real problems. We decided to escape the war. Everyone knows about the situation over there in Syria. We're looking for peace. We're looking for a safe place where we can feel secure.
It took Amar 25 days to escape from Aleppo, crossing Turkey to get into the EU.
I'd like to get a residency visa. This document would reassure me a lot and would enable me to settle down. I'd have the same rights as every German citizen.
Refugees from the war in Syria have some chance of residency status, many others don't. Local Social Democrats councillor Kaspana Klein says clothes handouts are appreciated, but more is needed.
We also organise German language lessons. Usually, even before asking for shoes or a warm coat, refugees ask us, when can we start German lessons? We want to learn German straight away.
But adults awaiting asylum decisions aren't entitled to lessons. Time wasted, the aid groups say. To make better use of the lengthy waiting periods, they sent out a call via Facebook for volunteer teachers. Jörg, a biologist, answered the call.
Teaching adult refugees the German language, that's my personal contribution, to create a culture of welcome. But let's be clear, this should in fact be a task and the duty of the city.
In 2008, some 226,000 people asked for asylum in the EU. Between then and last year, the number more than doubled. Germany took in about one-third of them. In 2014, around 200,000 people sought asylum in Germany, a 20-year high. The people of Kirchdorf Süd in Hamburg have mixed views on accepting them.
They should be better integrated, with measures to help them adapt their professional qualifications and get better schooling. They need jobs and an opportunity to work. Years ago, there were lots of empty apartments around here. Nothing left, not one single empty apartment in this whole neighborhood. It's the first time that's happened here. I arrived here 5 years ago. Don't forget, all those people are just trying to escape war. They need to be treated well. They need a nice place to sleep, not just shelter in an abandoned school building. They need a home.
Well, I pity those people, of course, but they shouldn't hang around the rubbish and rummage through the bins.
It'd be a good idea to construct a place for them. They need a special shelter, so they don't have to hang around on the streets. If they do that, they start doing petty crimes. We still have enough places. Where should those poor people go? Too many of them have drowned.
No one runs away from his own home if everything is all right, okay? It's really of tremendous importance to help those people. Everybody has to do something, not just us, by the way. Everyone, and every country.
Faced with this surge in asylum seekers, the German government has created an emergency credit line to help the country's hard-pressed regions to cope. €1 billion over 2 years. 26 million euros of it earmarked for Hamburg in recognition of its larger share of the burden. But there's little Christmas cheer for the refugees, apart from a new law that will facilitate the asylum process for those deemed to have made an effort to integrate into German society.